Hey everyone, Senrai Kai here. Today we're going to be watching the 7th episode of the 4th season of Overlord. And it's actually been quite a while since I've seen the last episode, so it might be a little bit fuzzy on some of the details. I know Nazarick recently involved itself in a dwarf conflict to get that like rune stuff, incorporated into it, right? And made some deals and stuff, and there's like some war going on between the dwarves and something else. That's about what I remember. But yeah, hopefully some more stuff can kind of come to me as I watch the episode. So let's just jump on in. Yeah, 3, 2, 1. Go. Former dwarf, yeah. Somebody in trouble. Yeah, you can tell who's the hot shot here. I guess you could call him that. The clan lord. You can tell this guy, he thinks so highly of himself. Everything about his disposition. Something. I don't think you're ready for what they sent. Yos. Yeah, the Quagua, yes, that. No wonder I didn't remember the name. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be getting some dragons. That could be pretty cool. Because I don't think we've gotten much dragon stuff. We've talked about them. We just saw that one really important dragon in episode 1 of season 2, I think. I have missed this show, though. I really have. Yeah, and his woes still continue. Yeah, that's the guy. So he is in the opening. And see, we see dragons there, so I assume they're the ones that he's referring to. Had to assume, yeah. I want to see more of the Chuni leader. It takes some guts to 1v1 a Death Knight like that. Frost Dragon Lord, wow. Yeah, there he is. Big old pile of treasure. Yeah, this is definitely that group of dragons. To add to your collection. It's clearly lacking. She got a nice horn. Sure, she's popular with the guy dragons. Oh, thank you for your contribution. That's a wonderful pile of gold, though. So their trump card is basically just bribing their betters to help them out. Whose child should I send? That's a lie. Hejin Madu. Is the Hikikomori. Hikikomori dragon. Is the one dragon looks, you know, that's like, I think at the front of the group in the opening shot. Do you have to hide stuff first? Yeah, you don't make a dragon wait. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. They got the glasses and stuff. I really am curious how this is gonna go. Because the glasses made me think this dragon is more of a reader rather than a fighter. And yeah, he's kind of giving me that impression more and more as I watch. Just stick it in there, okay. Well, you don't know who you're messing with, so... Like, I don't know exactly how the power scale works with dragons, really, because we haven't seen much of it, really. And we saw the skeletal dragons back in Season 1, but... I have to assume the average dragon wouldn't be able to face up against Nazarik's elite. Because he's an important individual. Nope. Show me what you got, boy. Does that work on a dragon? Oh god, hedging mole. Isn't that how you make your father proud? I mean, dragon degoza, whatever that word is. At least he's not stupid. I can respect that. Bit flabby. What the heck was that word? Oh, there are others. He's just singing like a turkey. You gonna blow on it? I was half joking, but... Oh, oh god, oh. Okay. Okay. Jesus Christ. Wow, Shelty, you're blushing, that's cute. Is that the first time we saw someone piss themselves in the show? Always listen to Aura. I think the dragon might be a little bit worried. There's 3 wives. I mean, that seems reasonable. You know, not to murder his mother. That beautiful pile of gold. Hey, he wasn't quite expecting this. Hey, I know who I should serve. It's far more than that. Yeah. Not as smart as the son. Which one shouldn't I kill again? Wow, okay. Very progressive. Yeah, when you one-shot their former leader, you know not to argue. Well, I guess that was resolved. If we can basically just, like, yeah, take all that gold, right? So, yeah, how much is in there? Oh, that is a lot. Yeah, I think that might have been worth the 1 use of the 7. Sparkly. Yes. Somehow, adding more definitely doesn't make me more confident. Maybe that might be 1, but definitely not more than that. I do remember that. Yeah. Was it, though? Sasuke Heinz Summer. That's probably for the best, honestly. It's a mystery. Crazy weather. Nope, they are far more powerful than a golem. Because they are far, far stronger than you. It's a simple answer, really. I mean, if you're dead, yeah, not your problem. Perishura. Straight to the point. Oh, we're just moving back there. Simple yes or no answer. Question, rather. I mean, Army of Ants is not really that scary. Yeah, get on that. He was not ready for today. So is that a no? Okay. Okay, naturally this is how it goes. Time to have some fun. Yep, just like an explosion, limbs everywhere. In fact, I think we see a little bit of this in the opening, but like Shelter just wrecking cannon fodder. Now you realize. Now you get it. Holy shit. Oh, that is so cool. If that doesn't get across the difference in power, nothing will. No, no. I almost feel bad for them, but not quite. Where would the fun in that be? I mean, they're showing you now. I don't know what your rush was. Pretty good sync there. Unfortunate. No, you won't. One shot, one kill. Anybody else want to challenge me? One shotting, you really should get the point across, really. That's how it be sometimes. As always, a kind, benevolent, merciful leader. Yeah, you better. Michelle Tier did most of it, but... Washed away with blood. Not really. Was gravity. Yes. You don't say. I do love these moments in this show. It never gets old. Yes, there might sometimes occasionally be real mistakes by me. I mean, it's kind of a, a nice moment, but it's the fact that it is based off of misunderstanding does make it a bit awkward. But yeah, you did good, Shelter, that much is for sure. Kampai! That one's really short. Yeah, all that alcohol. The important thing. As it should. That is the question, isn't it? Okay, that's just a sudden thing to bring up. Okay, that's not what he... Yes, exactly. We always are. Hey, as long as he understands, that's the important thing. Is the episode really already over? Damn it. Well, the good thing about being behind is, there's already episodes left to watch, so... Probably watch the next episode immediately after this one. It was a good episode for Sheltier. And yeah, no time for a singer or anything like that, sadly. Okay, well, that was the 7th episode of the 4th season of Overlord. And this was quite the exciting episode. We did get to see, more of those furry antagonist race. I don't remember what they're called. I probably never will. But yeah, apparently their idea of a trump card is to bribe the dragons, which I guess isn't the worst idea ever if you have the money to do so. Right, but it didn't work out for them. He tried. They sent one dragon, like Sun Dragon, right, who is not a fighter at all. So, their big mistake was sending him. Although I don't think things would have been too different as far as their success if they sent anyone else, because nobody else there could fight. Ainz. I mean, he walks in there and murders their leader pretty much in a second, so even if they sent the leader, it wouldn't have changed much, really. So I guess it didn't matter, but still, not the best person to send either way. But I was kind of curious, you know, because we kept watching the opening and we saw the dragons, and I'm sitting here like, how are they relevant to the show? Like, when do we meet them? We're like dealing with dwarves and stuff. Like, we haven't seen any dragons, but they look like a dragon family, so they got to be relevant to the season somehow. And apparently, yeah, they're just, you know, they sort of work together with these guys, and that was our connection to them. So fair enough, you know. And what was his name? Habinjil, the glasses dragon they sent. He, you know, did his best to look tough and stuff, but he's one of the smarter dragons there, if not the smartest, and, you know, he was able to survive as a result and keep his mothers, all three of them, alive as well. So, you know, you could call him cowardly or whatever, but he's still alive, you know, so that counts for a lot, right? So, yeah, because he was pretty close to having his heart broken, you know, the same way back in episode 3, I want to say, of season 1, when Ainz first saved the village, right? He was like, yeah, if my favorite spell didn't work, I was thinking about leaving, you know. Now, I'm pretty sure it's the same technique here. But, yeah, the fact that technique works, I think that alone implies a pretty big difference in level, in power, right? But, yeah, that's pretty much it, you know. He subjugated that dragon, led him to the stronghold. They made a deal by keeping the mothers alive, kills their leader, takes their gold, subjugates, you know, the rest of the ones. I mean, I think there was like one other dragon that decided to puff up his feathers and try to show how tough he is, and he died too. So, took all that gold, got the dwarves, and yeah, overall I'd say it was pretty positive results. And of course, on the other side of the thing, with the furry creatures with the weird name, they were taken care of. They were given a bit of ultimatum, right? And they didn't really agree to it. They, you know, their leader was like, attack my pretties, and they attacked, and basically it was like, what's the best way to describe it? Like a bunch of squirrels running into a wood chipper, one after another, all of them not minding the fact that their squirrel friends' arms are flying past them. They just keep running forward nonetheless until enough of them died. That's basically what it was, running into a wood chipper. Like, what better way could you possibly describe what happened there? It was a literal slaughter in the most genuine sense of the word. So, and it really was like an ideal thing for Shaltir too, because Shaltir just does have that blood frenzy and stuff like that. So, weak creatures, but a lot of them, that results in a lot of blood, frequency of blood, so really, yeah, Shaltir was the ideal one for that, really. Did Aura fight it as well? I couldn't really tell. I know Shaltir did, but it was so chaotic, I couldn't even tell if Aura did any battling herself, but, I mean, she was there. I guess it's something. It was funny when Ainz was basically like, it's a shame I don't get more dragon corpses. I mean, I get what he means, right? Because I play video games, I know how that works, right? Looting corpses and stuff like that, but it just sounds kind of messed up. But, and of course we had the one misunderstanding with the whole Death Knight killer amongst them, eventually getting resolved. But like, I mean, the misunderstanding itself wasn't resolved, but it was, Ainz at least knows what's up now, and you know, Shaltir and Aura did their mental gymnastics to interpret it in a way that's positive for Ainz, and it's all settled, right? And Shaltir, I think, feels useful. It washed away her disgrace, or however she phrased it. So overall, a very positive ending for the Nazarick and everyone, and not so much for the furry creatures, but you know, Nazarick is the one we're following, so that's the important thing. We also get to see a little bit of Demiurge, you know, doing his usual thing. What will we do without Demiurge? That is the question. They mentioned something about a guild called Millennium Kingdom. I don't know if that's going to be relevant at all going forward, or if that was just for a quick joke here, but still, I'll take more lore. Yeah, I'll always take more lore. And that pretty much, yeah, was the episode, really. So, yeah, really good stuff. I was pretty much fully invested throughout the whole thing, you know, because it's very, what's what I'm looking for? Action-packed? No, that's not quite what I'm looking for. Eventful. That's what I'm trying to say. It's very eventful. A lot of things happened in this episode, right? The dragons, the furry boys, the gold getting, the dwarves, the Shaltir personal stuff, right? Like, a lot happened. It felt like a satisfying episode to watch. I think that's my overall takeaways from it. So, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.